But has the United States government given asylum, either political asylum or any other type of asylum, to Venezuelans who have left Venezuela for political reasons?
Yes, sure, yes, they have.
How many are we talking about?
They have around this year. The last year was around almost 4,000 people in 1 year.
Wait a minute. 1 year last year, 4,000 people were granted around 4,000 people. Wow.
Around 4,000 people in 1 year, and when the asylum started, they were around 10 cases, between 10 and 20 cases in 1999. So we're talking about 10 to 20 cases of asylum in 1999 to more than 3,000 cases last year. So the cases are going up. So something is happening. Something is going on in Venezuela. And Hugo Chavez, with oil money, he's trying to, he's buying the will of some people. He's creating a media propaganda which says that he is a Democrat, that the poor likes him, but that's all false. Hugo Chavez is one of the biggest fraud in the history of the world. That's what I can say about him.
Now, out of the 4,000 people that receive asylum, because here's the argument that I'm trying to get. See, a lot of Chavistas, a lot of people who follow President Chavez will say, well, the 4,000 people, they're rich. They're living in the east of Caracas, in Baruta, and this is what I'm trying to get at. How many people are actually maybe who had a political career, who had a military career, people that have left Venezuela?
Okay, yeah, I try to understand what you say. These people are trying to say, the Chavistas, trying to justify the unjustifiable. The thing with asylum is that anybody who is being persecuted by Hugo Chavez and his paramilitary groups can apply for asylum. You don't have to be a high-ranked military officer to ask for asylum. We're talking about housewives. We're talking about students. We're talking about business persons nobody knows about. And they're being persecuted. And those are the easiest targets. Let me tell you something also. In Venezuela, during these last 10 years, there have been more than 100,000 killings in a country that is not at war. Most of those killings, an unknown figure, which is not known, are political killings carried out by these paramilitary groups. But the government, since they control all institutions, they say that those are common criminal murders. So there are executions in Venezuela. But people who have some political figure, some very important figures in Venezuela, Chavez is not going to kill them. He would be dumb. He does that because it would be more than evident. So some people have some kind of protection because they are public. So the government, to attack other people, they create cases in the justice system. The best example that I can talk about is the Danilo Anderson murder, in which innocent people was accused of being responsible for the murder of Danilo Anderson. And it has been already proven that it was a fraud, and nothing is going on in Venezuela to resolve that. And there are still people in jail, people killed, and people in exile. So this is a tragedy. Venezuela is living a real tragedy right now. Most of the world still believes that Chavez is a democratic, friend of the poor president, who is, unfortunately, he's not.
Well, we're talking to the president of the Organization for Venezuelans in Exile, who's located, he's a nonprofit organization in Florida, who deals with the human rights and the civil rights of Venezuelans, who help Venezuelans in right now who have fled from the Venezuelan regime. We'll be back with Mr. Aponte after the break, and also your calls here on the American Voice Radio Network. You're listening to John Sanchez and the Channel Times Today. We'll be back after this break, folks.